Hey guys, how are you? Casper here with a gold update, and we're gonna look into the ETFs for silver and gold, just to see where we are. And later on, I will do a video on all the silver and gold stocks that we follow. Again, we have had a great run, but we are also hitting some resistance on the ETFs, which we are gonna look at in just a moment here. But before we do that, silver and gold. So. We are below the big 90, which was our main goal here, actually breaking down from this wedge, getting below the longer term golden here, but also getting below that 1 year uptrend. That is very good, meaning for now we are very bullish on gold and silver, more so silver, yeah, because we are getting below key resistances, supports, my bad. And yeah, this is still my path here after we broke roughly 90. That's really good. That's really good for now. And we have the big, large, you can call it bear flag, but maybe it's not a bear flag because the pole is so small compared to the flag. However, we have three on top here. And when we broke 90, my expectations are that we're going to hit roughly 80 here and then bounce and then most likely do that. So silver, where are we with silver on the daily? We hit a key resistance line here last week. That one there, booped, getting pounded in the head a little bit there. Uptrend is still fully intact since the tariff lows right here. And we got above a big pivot high right there and almost here as well. So we are above the big 35. And yeah, for now, we're making good consolidations as well, breaking out, back testing. So for now, silver looks promising. Nothing really to worry about until we see big technical damage. Gold here, you can see, is actually in a bit of a broadening structure ever since late 2023, right? Where we have a bit of touches here, we have one there, two there, three. So two scenarios could be that we are gonna right now we're actually within a beautiful setup. This is pure gold. These kind of setups here we love to see. And again, if we trigger, we will have the one target that is going to be hit most likely is 3,720. That's that momentum added to the low point. But also from the breakout point here, we could actually see 4K if we break to the upside. It's roughly 70%, 75%, chance of actually breaking up here. If we don't, we're most likely going to go down to roughly here at roughly 3,100, hitting the lower, and then we are again following the broadening structure in my view. So gold and silver itself for now looks really good. Of course, that can change, short term. Good. Let's have a look here on the ETFs. This is long-term time frame, so no, detailed stuff, daily time frame stuff. This is the weekly. And remember, again, this is the SIL. We turned very bullish right there. 2024 April. Said this is the beginning of silver miners to do tremendous stuff. And we are now up almost 100% on the SIL. There were also some earlier breakage over here, not as perfect. But also look at this. We have a big trend line here getting broken. That's the big player. That's the big downtrend. Uh, you can see how pure it is, breaking down back, tagging, coming down, breaking through, happy days. But this week we hit that one there, the wedge, right? Right there. And I haven't taken the COVID lows because that was such an extreme event. So what is most likely going to happen here is some sort of pullback and then we go, right? And when that happens, in my view, there are no real fractal setup resistances, trend lines, whatever, that shouldn't take us, close to the 2011 highs. I can't see much really. So that is, again, long term, this is really promising. But expect, some short-term weakness here. If we blast straight through, that is good. Of course, we are happy with that. But for now, You can see little resistance here, which until we break basically 52, you can't really be all that bullish short term. We have done well, long term fine, short term, yeah, you know the deal. SILJ lagging a little bit, still here within this overall fractal here. Once we get to there, again, we get the pullback and then we go. And same thing here, 2024, the big key where gold broke out itself, but also broke out against inflation. Silver broke out of 26. A lot of good things happened there. In my view, that was the key moment. And we are now up, again, roughly 50%. So the silver juniors are still lagging. However, look at this. If we make a dotted line across there, we can make it blue. We're breaking out. We're back testing now what is like an internal, so not that important, but it's still there. Internal head and shoulders, right? If we hold here, it's pure joy after that. So really promising setup long term here for SILJ. Could it be that we're gonna dip a little bit below and fickle around just like we expect on SIL? Sure, but yeah. Again, daily stuff, guys. It doesn't matter. Just forget about it, really. Look at at end of day, maybe look at what happened, and then that's it. Don't look at uh, every hour, which I tend to do, back in the days as well, and that has really hurt me. So yeah, GDX, the gold miners, looks really good. Again, would you ever buy up here? No, absolutely not. You don't buy this late into a move, but overall, we have big long-term structure breakouts here. Deep back test, again, of that blue bad boy there. But overall, we are within a 10-year uptrend. So again, long-term, look for long-term, look for short-term setups, right? We look for short-term setups in order to get in. Again, we like these the most, right? Where we consolidate like within, a wedge and then we break out. That is our main go-to setup. But you can see here, we're also flagging. Again, that's also never a bad thing, right? Within an uptrend flagging, that's really good. So yeah, we are actually really bullish long-term on the GDX. And yeah, again, we're waiting for setups to come to us, right? We're waiting for them to come. Bias long-term up, therefore we go to the shorter time frames and hopefully get entries in the stocks that we look at, because the entire sector is really good. And again, I just want to emphasize, we never buy this late unless we get a reason to get in. It could be that we're going to go to here, but it doesn't matter. You need the risk and reward in order to take you in, because you need to know when to get out. Because if you buy here, long term you will be correct, but you could suffer initially, and we don't want that. We want entries where, boop, yes, we're long, we can have a stop, and then we can go, right? So yes, I am very bullish, but I would never buy here at this moment in time, that is. However, extremely happy with the overall view of GDX. Yeah, it's looking good. We do have a big pivot here though, which we are actually hitting. Yeah, we actually hit it there. That was actually quite a big level hitting there, 55. I didn't see that until now. So that's the big one to get through for now, horizontally. That's the big level to clear. 55. I want to say that because I didn't see that. Basically what happened over here back in 2011 is we kind of had a topping process, huge dump, and then the first counter trend was actually into that 55. And you can see resistance over here. So that's the big confirmation of a huge bear market. And we're now testing that again here. GDXJ, the juniors, we don't have any lines. My bad. Let's do that. We're going to do this, right? This is the overall main channel that we are currently in, and that is dictating everything basically. Same thing applies over here, 2024, right? The big breakout. We had the peak of 2020, resistance, 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 finally breaking through. And that's, of course, gold breaking out, silver breaking out, everything breaking out. That, again, I will say it again, that day, a month, April 2024. That was in my book, the big start of a massive uptrend in gold and silver and miners, yeah. And we have done great ever since, up, 60, 70%. And yeah, long term, there's nothing really to worry about. Is there some sort of uptrend going on here? Absolutely. Look at that. We can add that in as well. So we have that. It goes back all over 2 years, almost 2 years, right? We were within that. So again, as long as we are within that, we're actually quite happy. Bull flagging a little bit here, for the past 6 weeks or so. But yeah, we expect the big resistance to hit roughly around here, roughly 90. And then we have the same kind of, bear market rally, and then puke over here. So again, I would never buy over here. This late into the move, we need a reason to get in. But look what's happening here. We are trying. Will it hold? We don't know, but it's trying to flip the major pivot of 2020. It's trying to flip that as support. Currently, it's bull flagging just above, which is good. But also, as you know, this is a major triangle high, right? That's our triangle. That's the major triangle high. So it could fizzle, do a lot of funky stuff before eventually going higher. But overall, extremely happy with the views. To me, it's just a matter of time before we leave this area. Hopefully we do it quick. That's most bullish, of course. But if it stalls out a little bit, tags, and then we go again, then you can actually see we could get some sort of setup over here that could take us in, right? That will happen later during the year, but again, that could be a big entry as well, getting set up for us as we speak. So good. That's the overall miners, the ETFs, gold, silver, and later on you can check out the video on the individual miners. And hopefully there are some setups. But we will go through everyone. So we will just check the polls to see where they are, have the breakouts worked, all that good stuff. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.